So what is unconditioned love? That is the question. So first of all, we have to decipher what non-duality is before we can talk about what unconditioned love is. So the assumption by most is that they are somebody inside the body, separate from this world, separate from everything that's happening. So they're somebody inside the body in relationship with everything that's happening. And that is not true. There is no somebody that's in relationship with the world. And this, to me, is absolute freedom. Knowing that, not intellectually, but an energetic shift which can just transpire, is absolute freedom. It's not freedom in the personal world. It's not the person having freedom. It's freedom beyond the person. So it's not the person becoming something, growing into something, developing into something, becoming enlightened. It is a freedom which is silent, which is still, which is uncontained, that doesn't belong to somebody. So right now, there could be the feeling that you are looking at me, and that is illusory. There isn't a you looking at me, because who is that you looking at me? There is simply life happening. So everybody has different words for it, and different ideas, but that which is looking, the consciousness, which is not a thing and all things, which is not a subject relating to an object or seeing an object, is not inside the body. It doesn't belong to you. It's not in there. So for most people, the consciousness feels like it's sucked into the person, like it belongs to the person, that it's inside the person, and that the person is conscious. Whereas actually, the whole world is conscious. Everything is conscious. In a way, calling it consciousness is a step too far, but it's what everyone's used to, and so why not call it consciousness? And that consciousness is in all things. It's not belonging to that person. It's in the room, it's in the stillness, it's in the space. It's in the walls, it's in the computer, it's in my voice. It is that. So what's looking now is not a subject looking at Lisa. It is everything looking at Lisa, or you could say nothing looking and experiencing Lisa. It goes through a character filter. So it goes through a filter of you, but that you is not the experiencer, that the you is an experience. And so suffering begins when the everythingness, the consciousness is sucked into the person, is attached to the person, and that person feels like it's lost something. It feels uncomfortable. It feels like there's something not quite right. So then that illusory person begins to seek something to relieve that discomfort. So the body naturally moves towards pleasure and avoids pain. That's the setup, that's the condition of the human, of most mammals, maybe all mammals, to move towards pleasure and avoid pain. But then the person goes a step further than that and begins to believe the freedom of what is found in the pleasure and pain. So the freedom of the consciousness is found in pleasure and pain, which is not true. That is not true. Your freedom is not found in you getting something. Your freedom is always found in what you are, what you felt like you lost at a very early age. And this is absolute love. Yeah, baby, yeah, it is love. I'm getting a little used to having people in the room. I can't quite see them because I've got a big light in the way. And speaking to people in the computer, it's a little abstract. My head keeps wanting to look around to look at them. Hello. Yeah. So that is absolute love, the unconditioned looking that's not sucked into the person. When it's sucked into the person, then suffering arises because you're looking for that unconditioned love from the non-duality in duality. You're looking for it in a thing, whereas it's actually in all things. So this consciousness, or whatever you want to call it, love, life, watching, nothing, everything, is love in its essence. It embraces everything and rejects nothing. So look, that's the experience. Like, does this reject anything? And the answer is no. This moment rejects nothing. The person rejects, so the person might like fiercely reject something, like, this is not good. You might have a fight with someone, you might not like something, but that's still held in this moment. Even that's embraced. Rage, anger, like smashing up the room, not getting what you want, getting off your head on alcohol, whatever is really destructive to you, this moment doesn't reject. So you might be rejecting everything, the person, the character, but this moment never rejects it. Even in a car crash, in the worst situation you can think of, in a war zone, this moment doesn't reject it. It's here embracing everything, all of your bizarre character quirks. And that's what's so fantastic about it. Everything about you is completely accepted in this, but it's not you experiencing. You have never experienced anything. You are an experience that can only be known when that's really seen, or that only be like, you can't intellectually know your way to that. It's like really seeing energetically, like this shift that who I am is everything, which is love. And all things are embraced in that, including all my character dynamics and my partners and my parents and my children, everybody's dynamics. This is freedom. You are that freedom. And it's important words. So what I'm saying has an importance to it. It's not like I'm talking about chicken pox or mumps or diarrhea. So there's importance to the words, but the most important thing is the resonance. And that resonance might not happen in everybody. So some people may resonate with me. And it's like, it's this coming out of yourself, this expansion, this love, this knowing of what's being talked about beyond the words. And there's something about this mixture of speaking about this subject from somebody that's seen it or knows it, even though it's not really somebody, but it's that can call people. It's like a bell, like ding, 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 ding. Here we are. This is it. This is freedom. And it's absolute unconditioned love. It's not asking you to be anything. Lisa might ask you to be something, but the essence, which is speaking now, is not asking you to be anything. It accepts everything. It's not about how many times you can run around a special mountain or how much vegan food you can eat or how nice you are. You can't work your way towards this. It's beyond that. It's beyond anything that you imagine. And that's why it's unconditioned love, because it's not requiring anything. And look, does this moment ask you to be anything? Does this moment want anything from you? It is absolutely free. It is absolute love. It's screaming here, like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It wants nothing from you. Just this, just what's happening. And the mind comes up with all types of ideas, all types of bondages of what it has to do to get to this. But it's not about the mind. What is experiencing that? What does the mind appear in? This moment is vibrating with love. It's full of love, every ounce of it. Screaming love, 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 love. Person, the identification sucks that in and feels like it's in relationship with things, and then tries to find the answer in things, and that's inherently uncomfortable. It's like, and it's a misidentification, a misfocus, and then that person really believes in its story and suffers. And it's not even that it really believes in it, it's just that that becomes really real. It's like you're in a fog of you, like everything is about you. If you feel good or you feel bad, what's happening internally or externally, what your life's like. Everything becomes super important. And most of the time, what I find now is most of the time people are just stressed. They're stressed out because they're just doing so much, like running around, trying to be everything, trying to be mothers, fathers, children, jobs, big house, cars, electric cars, eco house, like trying to be all these things. And it's so super stressful to be all these things. And they just become dead. And then often I find a lot of the time, you know, there's lots of stress in the day. And so then in the evening, there is the consumption of something which is addictive to try to zone out and to numb out. And then a kind of lifetime passes like that, running from one thing to the next thing, just trying to keep on top of things. And then in the evening, numbing out on something. Because they have such a strong urge inside them that if they don't do these things, life will get them. Whereas life can't get you, because you are life. Your essence is life, not as a character, not as a something, as no thing. Is this moment rejecting anything? It is not. It's embracing everything. It loves all. It loves all. And this is all you've ever wanted. It's all anybody's ever wanted. But everybody's just set up in a certain way. Yeah. There is nothing you need to do to be free, because there is no you. There is a character, but there is no you. Mm. Mm. So notice what's happening. So you're sitting there and the body wants something. Maybe they want me to give you something, or you want me to give you something. Or you want to feel a certain way or have a certain experience. You want to eat something, or yeah, you want something. And what can happen is an energy arises that's saying, very unconsciously, that will lead me to freedom. It's very unconscious. So in the moment, it just feels like a want. I want to feel different to what I am feeling. I want to be different than what I am. I don't want to go back to work tomorrow. I did it. All these different things. And then the whole time, it's appearing in this space of what you are. And the mind thinks the freedom is in subject object, in that. But the space is already inherently free. And that space is what's experiencing now. It's right here. Right here. Right here.